Welcome back to another episode from Prempods. Today we'll be reviewing Gameweek 12, going over some of the scores that we got proper close to, even bang on, and some of the scores that we got way far away from, and nowhere near basically. So, like we always do, what was the first fixture, my friend?
The first fixture was the 12:30 kickoff. Wolves hosted Tottenham.
What a game.
That was a brilliant game, I think, for neutrals, especially people who see Tottenham as a threat this season. But again, showed straight away like their team, the drop off from the team that they had against Chelsea, but before the game started against Chelsea, to what
they got
started against Wolves.
Long.
Yeah, that defense is going to be leaky. It depends. I think how long is Romero's free. Van der Ven is still, what is it? Is he
Van der Ven's after Jan, I think. And
After
Madison's
Jan?
after Jan as well.
Oh yeah, I have to apologise to Madison.
Oh yeah, you got to apologise because he wasn't actually being a wimp. He was actually injured.
He was very injured, so hopefully he gets back as soon as possible because Spurs are going to need him for sure.
100%. But that was a funny game. Spurs' best player was Ben Davies.
Yeah,
there's a lot of good defenders. Your best player.
It's not really, doesn't bode well for the rest of the team.
Saying that, the first goal that Wolves scored was just unbelievable. Guy plucked out this guy and volleyed it, and then Lemina's just stormed through in it. They couldn't stop him. Basically, he just walked, just jogging through, and then just slotted it in. So they did well though.
It looks like they were playing with 9 men, 10 men.
It did look
at certain points in that game. In the last few minutes, they're just like, relax for a sec.
Yeah, no, they're just so frantic. Like Eric Dyer's booted the ball out.
It's kind of the composure and stuff. It's a lot different again, isn't it? Because of the team.
Exactly.
Exactly. The drop off in quality in that back four is a bit nuts, really.
They started well though because they scored in like the first 3 minutes, isn't it? 2 minutes. Brennan Johnson scored, and I was like, maybe Spurs are going to be fine. And then the second half started, and I was like, no, they're not. They're actually really not alright.
And all the way to the 90th minute, they kept it at 1-0 basically. So for 87 minutes, they were winning the game.
Yeah.
And then just a mad next 7 minutes.
It was funny because I was listening to someone on the radio, and the geezers from Betfair, and they're saying that people that bet on Wolves and Tottenham won. Because they settled the bets at 90 minutes, innit? Yeah, and it was still 1-0 Tottenham. So if you bet Tottenham and Wolves, you would have won the bet, both of them. It's pretty nuts, cool, isn't it? I was laughing at that.
And nearly draw.
Yeah.
You know?
Literally.
Oh no, it wouldn't have been Tottenham then, innit? Yeah.
Just been, both of the teams won, innit? It was mad. But guess who got it bang on?
Yes, well, I said 1-1. And what did you say, mate?
I said the actual result, mate. I said 2-1 to Wolves.
2-1 to the mighty Wolves.
I did see it coming because that team is like, if you thought as a Tottenham fan, we'll be fine, innit? You're not respecting the Premier. Yeah. There's some games I go into as Arsenal and think, we smashed these up. But when you actually watch the game, you're like, oh wait, hold on. These are actually quite good at football, innit? So maybe we're not going to smash them.
You can, yeah. So Wolves at home as well.
Wolves at home, mate. And we did say
on about important fixtures being at home, especially for these teams that are considered to be in compromising positions.
They have to do well.
But Wolves don't look like one of them teams at the minute, to be honest, especially with the performances. We've said it time and time again with Wolves so far. They're putting in really good performances, just not quite getting the results. But again, this is one that's gone their way.
Yeah, start it, mate.
Good luck to them.
It's brilliant. Brilliant stuff from them. Well done, Wolves.
Let's hope for the same thing after the international break.
Spurs keep losing. Keep being Spursy.
They've got a few difficult games, so who knows, man? Who knows? But the next fixture, your team, Cons.
Mate,
Arsenal.
2 for 2.
Arsenal at home to Burnley.
2, mate.
You're 2 for 2. I said 4-1 in this game.
You should have just went with me because that was your actual score.
That's what I said, innit? I said this is the exact score I was going with.
Yeah, it was looking like that.
I think I just went for something just a bit different. So
I
was like, let me just put.
Do you know what? Fair play to Burnley. Yeah, the game wasn't like looking like they were ever gonna kind of like get the 3 points. Yeah, but they kept us out for a long time.
Well, they were drawing
a long time.
It was 1-1. So, But again, quality goal from Zinchenko. Saliba's goal too easy to score.
Like we're
too easy for a centre back to get in that position, so close to the goalkeeper and score.
Way too easy.
But Zinchenko, keeper's not getting nowhere near. No one's doing anything about that one.
Great finish.
But and then the foul. What was your take on the red card?
Considering what I've watched in football in the last couple of weeks, where I'm going to use a Tottenham player as an example because it happened quite recently. Udogie's pretty much tried to break Raheem Sterling's leg in it. Raheem Sterling's moved out of the way.
Yeah.
Like, you don't go into a 2-footed challenge in it if you're a normal geezer in it.
Yeah.
Like, we've got all these cameras watching, VAR's watching. The fact that he's got away with that for me was mental. So when you're comparing the fact that he's got away with that, and then he's done another challenge to get himself sent off, that's fine, that's whatever. But Vieira's thing, it doesn't really make much sense to me because it's like there's no intent. His face is not like Romero's, where he's gone in and like his face is all scrunched up trying to kill the geezer. He's literally just lifted his leg above the ball. Like, fair play in it. The refs, it is a bit high and it is on his knee. But if they're going to send him off for that, where's all the other red cards in it? Because that happens about 6 times in the game, isn't it?
It's the consistency.
It's not. It's not really consistent in it. Is the way I would sum up.
Because there was another red card which we both thought was kind of a blatant one, which was a lot more intent.
Yeah.
The Brighton one.
Yeah.
So, well, we're gonna get to that obviously later on, but yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Consistency's a bit all over the place. But you kind of had the game won by that point, luckily.
Luckily, yeah. Luckily.
Few hairy moments, but again, he still looked in control and looked like you could still score yourselves even with 10 men. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Arsenal keep
another
cracking
3
on.
points, mate.
Good home win again. And another correct score for you, not just a result.
Literally correct score. Flying, mate.
Flying. So next game.
What is next
one
game?
Where we had a bit of a mare.
No, you had a mare.
You had a mare as well.
Nope.
Oh no, yeah.
You went for Crystal Palace because it was Palace Everton.
Yeah.
And I went for Everton. I thought they were going to nick it 1-0. It turned out that was the difference in the score, but it was just a lot more goals. I did not expect that game to be 3-2. But yeah, it was end-to-end stuff, like pretty much the whole game. Like we were saying with Everton, those Everton games kind of like swing and roundabout in terms of having possession. But then Palace had a lot of the ball and a lot of chances in the second half and didn't really do much. They scored 1 goal, but again, Everton not having much of the ball and scoring.
And winning the game this time.
Winning, mate.
I mean, they were unlucky again, we were saying last week, to actually draw against Brighton. It could have been one of them games again for them.
Yeah.
But they've come out with 3 points. So
it's mental.
86-minute winner, Idrissa Gueye. Mate, they'll be buzzing with that. Absolutely buzzing with that. I think they probably would have took a draw at the start of this game.
100%. 100%.
But maybe we're seeing them actually go on a bit of an upward trajectory from now on, building on a good draw against Brighton.
Yeah.
Again, they were unlucky not to win that game, so instead of being, taking it the wrong way, being downbeat, they've come away against Palace the next week, 1-3-2.
There you go. And Decore popping out of another goal, mate.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do from that position. You have to score goals, and then that goal has allowed them to go 2 ahead. And even though Crystal Palace have equalised, they've driven on now and then got the winner. So
they keep getting pegged back, and then they go in front again and get and concede. But luckily, in the end, they've managed to just get just that one extra goal.
Yeah, Everton are not like.
And then
I don't think
shut.
I don't think Everton are one of those clubs where it's like they're going to keep the ball for 15 minutes in it. It's definitely a pendulum where Crystal Palace come forward, Everton come forward, and it's just if you take your chances, like we're saying.
But yeah, Decore, is he not? He might be their top goal scorer now.
Decore probably. He's scored loads for them, to be fair. But no, they're looking a lot more like, I wouldn't say solid, but they're looking like they're actually going to score now when they go forward, innit? Like they weren't even looking solid before, and they couldn't even score. So at least now,
Decore is actually their top goal scorer.
Which is good for him, but very bad for Everton.
Exactly.
Like, where's Dominic Calvert-Lewin in these times?
He's got 3.
Yeah, that's not. He should be on double on what Decore is on.
But again, like we're saying, we might start seeing Everton kind of keep progressing from these good results.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that they're going to be playing at home next, whenever we come back from international break.
International break, mate.
Yeah,
big game.
Oh, United at home.
Yeah, that's a big
That's
game.
a massive game. That is a massive game.
That's a big game. They'll be up for that.
Yes, I think they will be actually. I think they would be. Yeah, I think I don't know. We'll see, mate. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, another good result for Everton. Brilliant win. 3 points. So let's see if they just start kicking on from here.
That's it.
And beating teams that they should be beating.
Yeah.
Because Palace are a team, you would say years gone by that Everton should favour themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're close to each other at the table. Yeah, definitely. They should be backing themselves.
But yeah, well done Everton. We're moving on. Another 3 o'clock kickoff, I believe, on the Saturday. Man United against Luton.
Man United.
Now, we both did say how we were right with how we thought it would go in terms of it was a Man United victory. But there wasn't as many goals as we anticipated.
No.
And it's a goal that's come from a centre half in the end that has won the game. So again, United kind of lackluster performance. They could have had a couple. I mean, Højlund should have scored early on. I don't know how he didn't score.
Harder to miss, isn't it?
Yeah. But again, they've come out with 3 points. I mean,
we take the mick out of them as much as possible, innit? Which is what I'm going to keep doing until they get better, innit? Because that's what we should do as other fans. But if you keep getting the 3 points, innit, we can take the mick as much as possible. But you're climbing up the table, innit? You're now 6th, which
6 points behind Liverpool and Arsenal. 7 points behind City. So
and every club has to have a blip.
But I think it's just because of this. Look at this. The 12 games played, 7 wins, 5 losses. No draw.
They don't draw. They don't draw
games.
They don't draw.
You're going to lose or you're going to win.
That's it.
Simple as that. Which, again, sometimes can be beneficial instead of a draw. Because, like we said, 7... that's just mad.
I think they're the only team in the league to not draw.
But they're still on 21 points and only 6 points, 7 points away from the top of the league. So, again, like you're saying, we can take the mick out of United as much as we want. But they're not far off, and it can only take like a bad month for one of the top 4 teams. And you'd say to catch up quickly. You would also say in like the last 5 to 10 years, they've probably got the worst manager apart from Ollie. Ollie's looking better now as well, and they've got the worst team really, and they're up there. Obviously, they're not going to challenge for the title because they haven't got that depth. Still, even the way that they're winning though, like they're winning games, yeah. I mean, and they're coming out with the 3 points, but it's like it's frustrating to watch them, and that's even speaking to United fans and stuff like. Watching them and with the team that they have, it's not the United that they expect to see in it. And not even like performance-wise. Definitely not. You know, they're winning games by 1 goal for the most part. You know, so... Man United from last year... They're winning games. They're winning, exactly. But this Man United team, if we go back 5 years, they beat Luton like 6-0. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But they're not doing that now, innit? Yeah, they would kill games off like a lot earlier. Mm-hmm. It came in this like the 60th minute, I think. Mm-hmm. And you would expect normally at Old Trafford, you know, they'd probably be 1 or 2 up at half time. Yeah. But again, this is not the same United. It's completely different to it. I don't even think we can compare it anymore. No, and I think people just need to kind of let go of that as well. You have to deal with the expectations of what you have now in front of you. That's it. Not what you were used to doing before. That's it. Because it was 30 years for Liverpool to win a Premier League again. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? They was used to winning everything. Champions League, the league, whatever it was. But United are kind of in that similar position at the moment. Just waiting. It's going to be about 10 years maybe? A long time. Since they've won a Prem. It's a long time. It's not as long as us, but it's a long time. It still is. That's what I'm saying though. They're ticking on, and it's not that long ago that they were seeing this stuff. That's why they're still like, we should be doing this and we should be doing that. But the team that you have at the minute, the players that you have, the performances that they're putting in, you don't deserve to be up there. It's as simple as that. No, you don't. But I can understand United's frustrations because it would be the same thing as us, like for me anyway, and for you as well, for Everton. If Everton and Tottenham went on to win 6 out of the 5 last leagues, innit, you're going to be annoyed, innit? You know, there is of course. You're going to be annoyed, innit? And we can't say like, all right, Man City have more money in it, but we can't say Man United don't have money in comparison. They spend near enough the same as much as City on players. Obviously, it's a different thing with sponsorships and all that stuff. No, I mean, I'm talking about like the facilities and stuff like that. Oh, facilities, yeah. Well, they haven't updated the club itself, like the academy. Like, how many players are we seeing coming from City's academy now that don't even play for City? Yeah, they're in the first team that are Premier League starters now, basically. It's true. It's very, very true. And we're all looking at them, think they're top players as well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they need to get it through the youth system again.
Yeah, a lot needs to change at United. That's kind of clear. But at this moment in time, with all the talk around everything, they just need to keep doing what they are, which is winning games.
That's it.
I still do think that they will be doing this. They'll win games. They'll lose games against teams that are more structured than them.
Yeah.
Better set up, and will take their chances. But I still do think they're going to nick wins.
Oh, definitely against the clubs that are below them. They'll nick wins. They've got, like you said before, which was like perfect summary, is in those games against City, Arsenal, Chelsea, they haven't got the players to get them out of trouble. But against Luton, the players are going to get them out of trouble.
Yeah.
But not against us. Lot. There's too many good players to fight off in it. When you're playing Luton, no disrespect to Luton, but you haven't got 11 world-class players. We don't even have 11 world-class players, innit? So to kind of fight off one or two of them fairs, if you got 5, 6, 7s, then it's going to be a bit longer for Man United to win those games. So yeah, I agree with you.
And I mean, they're still sitting in 6th with a -3 goal difference.
It's horrendous. The goal difference is horrendous.
You know, they scored 13 and 12.
That's not Man United.
Yeah.
But you have to let go of that Man United, innit? It's a new Man United
now, this is what you have to accept. Like, you don't have a divine right to just be winning games constantly because you're Man United.
Yeah, no.
Your team doesn't reflect that at the minute.
Doesn't
deserve it. But again, we're saying that, but they've won.
They won, fair enough.
So
They've got 3 points, and that's all we say that matters, really.
Again, not convincing, but that is literally United.
That is United.
So
United.
Moving on. 5:30 kickoff. Bournemouth against Newcastle, which very, very interesting game. Very interesting.
We both called this wrongly.
Definitely.
Unfortunately.
Very wrong.
I'm sure you called for a Newcastle win, like 2-1, and I called for 2-2 draw.
Yeah. You gave Bournemouth a chance.
I did give him a chance, because like I said in the previous video, and I'll say it again, Newcastle are bottle jobs. Because you can't be beating Arsenal at home and then go away to a club that is probably pipped to be down there in relegation, and they're going to be scrapping relegation to the end of the year, and you're losing to them.
Yeah.
This is what I mean about being bottle jobs.
Well, you don't score. But again, I mean, you look at that team, and I'm just like, okay, this makes sense now. Because the game in the Champions League in midweek, they played a pretty odd squad as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they're obviously having a lot of trouble with injuries.
Yeah, a lot of injuries.
Tonali midfield, that don't help whatsoever.
No.
If they get a few suspensions here and there as well, it doesn't help. And you look at this team that started, you've got Pope, Lewis Hall, Shaw, Lascelles, Trippier, Longstaff, Lewis Miley, Joe Willock, Joe Linton, Gordon and Almiron. That front three.
He's horrible. You can't have Anthony Gordon up top and expect goals. He's
he could have been playing off the left, I guess, and Joe Linton could have been up top. But yeah.
Geez, in a game where we take the absolute piss out of Dominic Solanke, he scored 2, and all of these Newcastle players have done nothing. And what I take the mick out of Dominic Solanke all the time. I'm like, he doesn't look like a striker. He looks so uncomfortable on the ball.
Yeah.
And he scored 2 good goals.
He's won them the game.
Well, he scored the first good goal, and then he got his body in the right position to kind of get his leg up high enough to score the second one. So
Newcastle, that's the thing with Newcastle. They could have some trouble very early on as well this season with that type of stuff. And if you do kind of go outside their squad a bit of their starting 11, it's a bit ropey if you go outside of that main starting 11.
Definitely.
So again, they're going to take like another year to build that. Year 2, 3 years, whatever it is going to take to build that squad, but they will build it out.
It's getting there.
Yeah. I mean, they're already doing well-ish. They started well with PSG.
Yeah.
In the Champions League. They got to the Champions League in that first season.
Yeah.
It looks like they might be out of the Champions League.
Yeah, so they have to win and results have to go
They need some big results in the Champions League coming up. But it's a lot of games, isn't it? It's a lot of games, and if you don't have that squad immediately, which they kind of don't have to play at a consistently high level in Champions League, in Premier League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, whatever. Obviously, you're going to put young players in every now and then and whatever else and rotate the squad around. But you'd hope, and eventually they will have it, I think, like up to the City level of rotating it and just having a wicked second string and literally rotating the player and it's like nothing changes.
But the thing is, like they've got the same issue kind of as Tottenham now, whereby it's fine to bring in young players in like not as important positions. But when you've got to bring in a young player in CM or up top or centre back, it's a whole different thing. And playing someone on the wing, like us being able to play Saka on the wing, so he learnt his trade, has now allowed us for him to be like the first team starter. Do you get what I mean? But if we didn't have the other strong players behind him and helping him and stuff...
Well, he was carrying a lot of that team as well, to be fair.
He was carrying the team, but then when you go back, there's still got to be someone behind you that gives you the ball, that defends, everything, innit? Yeah. So I think they're gonna struggle like for the next couple games, innit?
For sure.
Until their players come back.
You could see them go out the Champions League. You could even see them missing out on top 4 this year because of having them extra games to play and stuff and travelling around Europe and whatever else, and not really having a bulked out squad to do it with.
Yeah.
Which again, like we're saying, it will come. It will definitely come. But they might have to kind of relinquish Champions League next year
to allow them to get there.
In a way. Because I still think they'll be able to, even if they don't get Champions League next year, honestly. I still think they'll be able to get good players and improve the squad a lot more to get back in the Champions League next year.
Oh, definitely.
And then further and further and further. Like, people will want to go to Newcastle with the money that they'll probably be offering as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But it's a big club as well. It's a big footballing city.
Exactly,
so it's a good place to play football.
Yeah. St James's Park, I don't know. What is it? Is it St James's Park again?
St James's Park, mate. Don't worry about that. Ashley Clown and Sports Direct, whatever. It's St James's Park, mate. But yeah, Bournemouth.
Brilliant result, Bournemouth. 2-0, clean sheet against Newcastle, who've battered other teams that are in and around Bournemouth's position. This is the Premier League, man. These type of results can happen.
They can, definitely.
Especially like I was saying with the team that Newcastle put out, wasn't really a full strength 11. No. Not really near that, to be honest. And Bournemouth kind of did have a full strength 11. So it just goes to show, man, that Premier League is a really, really tough level. And if you're not on song, other teams that you wouldn't really expect it from are going to catch you out.
Yeah, and they're like Bournemouth are an established Premier League team, and they're a unit. So if you play their 11 versus your broken up 11, it's going to be long.
Yeah, exactly.
They know what they're doing, innit? They know how to pick up people, and that's what they did.
Indeed, they're not Man City yet. Newcastle, they might be one day, but not quite yet. No. But yeah, moving on. Brilliant result for Bournemouth, and hopefully they keep kicking on as well.
Yeah, I like
and picking up wins against these top teams.
City.
I can forgive you. I can forgive you for the City one, for this one.
Now you've beat Newcastle.
Yeah, I can forgive you for that one. But yeah, first of 4 games at 2:00 on Sunday. Villa hosted Fulham. Now I said 3-0 victory for Fulham. You said 3-1.
3-0 for Villa. You said
3-0 for Villa. You said 3-1 for Villa.
And I was bang on the money again. Again. I've had 3 correct scores this week. Somehow I've pulled out the bag and I've caught you.
Yeah.
Somehow from nowhere, I've caught you up, like from absolutely nowhere. But yeah, good game from Villa. We did kind of say that, well, we were discussing the fact that they're at home, so they should really give their fans what they want. They haven't really performed to the standard that we know that they can do. So playing Fulham at home was probably a good day for Villa and for their fans.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously from the loss last week at Forest, which we spoke about before, they kind of had to come back and turn this around. And their home form, I think, is 20, I want to say 21. There's a 21 or 22 unbeaten games in a row now for Villa in the Premier League.
Yeah, and the first goal was a bit unfortunate. That back post, he kind of kicked into his own goal. There's not really much he could do.
It kind of looks like DRB might have missed that, I was saying to you as well.
It was.
Without Robinson's intervention.
Yes, it was looking a bit weird.
Yeah.
But McGinn...
it was kind of a clear and constant pressure from Villa. They always looked dangerous whenever they went forward. They always looked like they could create and score goals.
Yeah.
They've created and scored 3 today. It could have been a lot more with the chances that they had when we was watching the game. Watkins missed an open goal.
Yes, he did.
Diaby had a decent strike. It was a bit straight.
Good save though, because Leno was moving.
Yeah, because it's very fast as well. So again, they're creating loads of chances, especially at home, creating loads of chances and scoring the goals as well.
That's it. And what you want as well from John McGinn is to do exactly what he done.
Oh yeah.
Send their centre mid to the shots and put the ball in that bottom corner. That Paulinho was nowhere near him when he spun in there. He just get and then left. Oh, that was brilliant goal.
Very good goal. Very good from McGinn. Fulham again frustrating. Hard to see where they'll score their goals from. Obviously Jimenez, first goal for him in I think 32, 33 odd Premier League games.
Yeah, it's good that he's off the mark now.
Yeah, hopefully they need him.
Yeah.
To kind of be the Jimenez of old.
He does.
And score as many goals as possible because it's difficult to see where it comes from this Fulham team at the minute. So hopefully he can, with this goal, it is kind of the floodgates open.
Yes, hopefully for Fulham. Yeah, I don't think they're I don't think they'll go down, but if they keep getting beat like this and not picking up points, they could be in the scrap, innit?
Yeah.
But I don't think they'll go down.
I think teams are just catching Villa at home so far this season, and they're not being able to deal with them whatsoever.
No, they're not.
So when do they play City at their ground? I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
Need to see if Villa have got this against.
But again, that game
top teams.
Geez, you know how football is. That game, City will beat them like 9-0. And then we'll be like, oh, where's Villa's goals gone?
Nah.
Stop them from playing football.
Yeah, you never know. It might just be... Emery might have some wizardry going on around Villa Park nowadays. You never know.
Emery is a good manager.
Yeah.
He's a good manager.
He's got them playing. And again, like we're saying, they look dangerous all the time.
Yeah.
Got players that they can bring off the bench that look just as dangerous as the ones that start.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're slowly as well. They've got a lot of money invested in that club.
Mm-hmm.
And look at the bench as well. Some decent players in there.
Yeah, they should be pushing up to like Europa League, Champions League spots and trying to get into the Champions League would be brilliant.
They'll still want to improve this squad, I think. There is still a level that they can get to that is better than what they already are at.
Mm-hmm.
But again, the investment needs to come with it. And these type of performances being competitive and clearly better than some of the other teams in the Premier League as well.
That's it.
But yeah, brilliant result from Villa. You got the correct score again. I was 1-off.
1-off, mate.
Jimenez broke his duck to kill my correct score.
There you go.
But yeah, the next game, 2:00 Sunday, Brighton at home against Sheffield United.
Oh.
Which I said 4-0. I went severely wrong. So wrong this week with this scoreline. Giving Brighton probably a bit too much credit for what they've done in the early parts of the season, because already we're seeing that they're struggling in certain games.
They are, yeah.
Not getting over the line, even with like last week Everton having 80% possession, just about getting a draw.
Mm-hmm.
And in this game it's the same thing. They've drawn 1-1 against Sheffield United.
Bottom of the table, no?
Bottom of the table. You said 2-1.
Yeah.
So
I thought it'd be tight.
For a while, I reckon you would have thought your correct score was in there.
Yeah.
Because Brighton again still causing problems, even with 10 men. But it was kind of like as soon as that red card happened,
it was all Sheffield
Premier
United.
League. You're just thinking, yeah, anything can happen here.
Yeah.
And they're gonna go for it, and that's exactly what they did. Only one shot on target all game.
Scored, innit?
And it wasn't it. It was the Bogle, innit? And then Bogle could have actually won it. Or we was going over this again. That's it.
Oh, the right wing back, innit?
Yeah, Bogle. Oh god. So he's created that
Yeah.
madness for Webster's own goal for the equaliser for Sheffield United.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the 90th minute, whatever it was minute, he's completely scuffed a shot, which is like.
He got through so well as well. His run was so good. He got the ball, received it.
Created was brilliant. And then he's just shot, and it's just like, oh.
He saw his name on the back pages, and it all went wrong from there. All went wrong.
Completely scuffed it, pulled it wide of the post. And Sheffield United are just thinking, we've had a massive chance to snatch 3 points.
Yeah. Well, winning at Brighton, Sheffield United, that would be massive.
That would have been brilliant.
That would be massive 3 points if they beat.
But again, down to 10 men. You know, it is the Premier League. If you've got one less players, you can get.
They're going to force a mistake in it, which is what they do. Yeah.
And teams do kind of camp themselves. They create their own problems sometimes by camping themselves in their box, because of the less player, and it just causes mayhem because there's so many more players in the box than there is usually. So it hits off players that are not normally there, and they're trying to clear it, and it just creates a bit of a madness. But yeah, Brilliant result for Sheffield United. Unlucky again not to win the game with that chance right at the
Right
end.
at the end, yeah. And they were pushing for the last 20 minutes.
They definitely were. They were pushing. They were unlucky there. And you could have got the correct score right.
No, I'm glad, Brighton. I'm glad Sheffield United picked up some points against Brighton. That's good.
Brilliant for them. But yeah, Brighton again, kind of frustrating, especially after going 1-0 up so early, and the chances that they created, how they were playing in the game.
Mm-hmm.
The goal that Adingra scored, you're just looking at that first goal. You're just thinking, these lot are gonna get destroyed.
Yeah.
If that's the goal that this geezer's starting
just
the game
run
with,
through in it. It's long.
in the first 5 minutes or something, then this is just gonna be a long day. But it wasn't in the end.
Nope.
And they've nicked a 1-1. Could have very, very nearly nicked a win.
They could have.
But big confidence boost again for Sheffield United. Get another point on the board.
That's it.
And go again. That's all they can hope for, really.
That's it, mate. That's it.
Moving on to the third 2 o'clock kickoff. Liverpool against Brentford. I said 2-1 because I did think it was going to be closer with the injuries that we had, certain suspensions as well. Mm-hmm. It was kind of like, I thought it would be closer and I thought they would score. I thought without a doubt that they would score.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a draw.
You said 2-2.
I did say 2-2.
You didn't give us no credit, mate.
Nah, it's not that I didn't give you credit. It's just that I actually think that when Brentford do want to turn it on, it don't really matter who you are. They've gone to Etihad and won.
It's true.
On the break.
True.
And they defended again. Like who can you really say can hold off City and then actually nick the win? Like you can't. Yeah. We've done it, but it's jammy.
Last season?
Yeah, I think it was last season or season before they beat.
That's what I'm saying. So
2-1. And they had with Ivan Toney, exactly.
So
and he scored the goal.
Brentford are always a very good unit. They are a threat in nearly every game that they play in.
Yeah.
To anyone as well, with the way that they play and the way that they're structured. And Buemo and Wissa are always a threat. The midfield works really hard. Mm-hmm. Good passes of the ball as well. It was a brilliant pass from, was it Jensen? I'm not sure who it was.
The left back when he slid and Buemo.
Yeah, over the top. Brilliant pass.
What a pass.
Trent nowhere to be seen really.
Alisson saved you again.
He can't make that tackle, otherwise it's a red card.
He did do well to kind of put him off though, because he kind of went past him. But he helped Alisson.
Yeah.
And Alisson finished off the
Alisson just, again, the best one-on-one goalkeeper in the world for me. In the world. Definitely in the Premier League.
Closes down space very well.
But one-on-one, he's just, You look up, you see he's just about coming off his line. You look down maybe to have another touch or have a shot on goal. Look up again, see where he needs right in front of you.
Yeah.
And it's just, in the blink of an eye, he's right in front of you, closing down all that space, and it just makes it just a nightmare for strikers.
It was good. But no, again, one of the, like we always say about Salah, scores the hard chance, misses an easy chance.
Exactly.
That's what Salah does, mate. But at least he scores. That's all that matters.
But very good goal. 2 disallowed goals from Nunes. Again, that is just Nunes to a T. Really. Salah getting off the mark. 200 goals in England now. Brilliant. That goal. That's the first. Brilliant. Obviously got his second goal, which was a lot easier.
Yes.
I think everyone just stood still because they thought the ball was
off, yeah. It did look out, but I don't think it was.
But then obviously VAR did its checks or whatever else, and
it was fine.
They found that it was still in play, and it was an easy goal for Salah.
What was the stat you told me as well? It was a pretty cool stat. Salah's joined that special club of all players who've scored in their first 6 home games in the Prem.
Yeah.
And it's Salah, Henry. You got some crazy names in there, you know. That's Henry, a great stat.
And Shearer. I think it was.
Who did I pull out of the bag as well when you asked it to me?
Les
Ferdinand. That's a great stat, by the way. To score in all your first home games of the season, like first 6.
Yeah.
That's a great stat, mate.
I need to find exactly what it is.
I think that is the stat.
Yeah. Well, he's the first Liverpool player to do it.
Even better.
Exactly as well, yeah. But obviously, Henry, Les Ferdinand, and Helen Shearer.
Wow.
So an elite list of Premier League strikers.
That's really elite. That is top of the top.
Top tier goal scorers.
Yeah.
And modern-ish era, as in like 20. This is 20. Henry would have done that maybe in the early 2000s or even 99, something like that.
Yeah. Same with Shearer probably.
Same with Les Ferdinand as well, probably. So Hwang could have done it as well, you know.
Could he?
He could have done it, but he obviously, in the Wolves game against Tottenham, he had chances as well.
He did have a chance. He did have a few chances.
He could have been one as well, but he couldn't quite get the goal. Unlucky for Hwang there.
What a stat. So he's done 5 then? 5 home games consecutively at the start of the season.
So, yes.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Who
scored your third then?
Diogo, brilliant goal. Remember?
Yes. Oh,
outside the area.
What a finish.
Shimmy just found a little bit of space.
And do you know why I love that goal as well, yeah? Because if he doesn't take that last little touch with his right foot, it doesn't go away from the keeper. So that's about... So, do you know how much technique you have to understand that if I take this touch, not only does it take it away from the defender, but it allows my shot to spin away from the keeper. It was such a good shot.
Yeah.
What a goal.
No, brilliant finish from Jota. He can turn that on every now and whenever he wants, to be honest with you.
He's decent.
Brilliant finisher. Always a threat. Does do some silly things sometimes, honestly. And he can drift in and out of games, but he's got a lot of quality in either foot. And he can head the ball as well.
Somehow, even though he's the shortest.
He finds headers in the box. He just blends in, I guess. Everyone else is worrying about Van Dijk and Matip and Nunes and whoever else is up there, and Jota's just there winning header.
That's it.
But yeah, brilliant result. 3-0.
Good 3 points, mate.
Clean sheet, which I'm kind of surprised about, but again, no thanks to Alisson. Well, thanks to Alisson, obviously.
Thanks, Alisson.
But yeah.
They didn't look threatening though, not at all.
Not really.
Apart from that one pass, innit? You were like, they've got that.
Big chance in the game, and it changes...
What was the score at that stage?
I think 0-0.
0-0, yeah. Put that ball through.
Yeah.
Great pass.
So...
3 points, mate. You've got above us.
We're kicking on, mate. We're kicking on.
I didn't know you were actually that close to us in the table. Forget like overtaking us. I thought you lot weren't actually picking up points.
1 point behind City, joined on points with you. Now a point above Tottenham.
That's crazy.
We're creeping, mate. Creeping slowly but surely. And this is just how I like it, going under the radar.
No Champions League.
No Champions League. After the result last week in Europa League, not too great, but we're still pretty much qualified in that, so you can kind of start resting a few more players.
You get away with it when you're Liverpool. It's like your fans are not going to care if you go out in it.
Exactly.
Let's be honest.
And it's in a not a high quality. If you're doing it in the Champions League, it's a bit different.
Oh, you'll be very annoyed. Yeah. But Europa League, they're kind of like, let's just concentrate on the league, man.
Yeah.
Or
and
try
the
win FA Cup.
of other teams you're playing against are not as good, obviously.
No.
Obviously. But yeah, brilliant result. Didn't really expect it to be 3-0 and clean like that, and with 2 disallowed goals and a few more chances as well that could have been taken. Some good football was played in there as well. So yeah, again, quietly just kicking on, mate.
Yeah, just keep picking up points. That's all you need, mate. Just keep picking up points.
Last game of the 2:00 kickoffs on Sunday. West Ham at home against Nottingham Forest.
Great back and forward game. That was great back and forward.
We both did think that there would be some goals in this game. I said 3-1. You said 2-1. It was 3-2 in the end, and it was, like I was saying, back and forth. Forest took the lead at one point. West Ham equalised almost immediately.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah.
And then West Ham go on to win the game after Souček misses a brilliant chance for Souček. And then he goes and scores a harder one not too long after.
Yeah.
So yeah, brilliant game of football. Another advert for the Premier League. Like, you're looking at two teams that you should think one team has a bit more, not a bit more, quite a bit more quality than the other. But you just never know how games can go. And it shows the level of the Premier League, because, we're still 3-2 in a game where, you think teams, they're a bit apart in quality, is what I'm saying. Basically.
Well, yeah, they should be. But like I said, they're like, even though the stature of the clubs are not the same in terms of West Ham being as established as they are, but they play similar football. So that's kind of why it was close. Games, you can lose the ball in the midfield and then you're in on goal, and they've got good people to finish it off, innit? Like,
exactly.
Both of the teams. So West Ham do probably on paper have like better players, like you're saying.
Yeah.
But Awoniyi and these you can finish the goal, mate. You can score, mate. Yeah. And they got good Elanga. What a finish, by the way. Yeah. To keep that down and put it in the corner, that was a finish.
But again, I thought it would be similar to the Brighton game. Like, they went 1-0 up, Paqueta with the finish.
Good goal as well.
Very good goal. And I thought it would be similar to the Brighton, like what I thought with Brighton, going 1-0 up in the first 5. They're just going to kind of pull away from this team here. And Awoniyi equalises nearly at half time, basically.
Yeah.
They go 2-1 up Forest.
Great finish.
2-2 it comes back, and like we said, Souček got the winner in the end. 88th minute.
Yeah. That was hilarious from Thing as well. Like like we were saying about Jota. Jared Bowen, the smallest geezer in the box, and he wins the header.
Yeah. I think that
good header as well.
Proper packed box, and he just like slipped in.
Yeah, he did.
Like no one really noticed he was there. Won the header. Brilliant goal.
Good game of football.
Very good game of football. Another brilliant advert for the Premier, like we're saying.
Another one.
And
what did you go? Well, you went 3-1.
I said 3-1 West Ham. So again,
both of us get a point.
Not too far off. But yeah, not mad at that at all because it was a good game of football. Back and forth, and either team could have won it. It looked like at points as well.
Definitely,
they were both creating chances.
Definitely,
both quite open as well. To both be creating chances, you have to be either one has to be very good and one very bad, or they're both just very open.
And like we're saying, in the games where you see low goals, what you will see in the Premier League is a lot of yellows. And in a game where there's loads of goals, you only see like 3 or 4 yellows because they haven't actually taken them out. They've actually let the geezer go through and scored.
Maybe,
you get it?
Maybe.
I think that's what happens in the Prem. When it's like 1-0 or 0-0, you see so many cards.
Yeah.
And then high scoring is kind of like
frustration, isn't it?
Yeah, high scoring is kind of like you might get some because of arguments.
That's the thing. He should be taking them yellows though, like we're saying, innit? And there wouldn't be as many goals in these type of games.
Exactly.
But yeah, good result for West Ham as always because Forest they're a difficult team to play. They are a difficult team to play. They have got players that can catch you, that have quality on the counter and stuff like that.
Definitely.
And it's just whether they take their chances. And you know, with the past few games that they're playing, they have been taking more chances, and they're just unlucky with this game where someone's just outscored them.
That's it.
That's all it is.
That's it, mate.
But yeah, unlucky to Forest. Very good for West Ham. And because they've been kind of indifferent as well, innit, West Ham?
Yeah.
They lost 3-2 last week.
Yep.
Against Brentford. And then away from home. And then today they're at home and they win 3-2. So, yeah. Moving on. Last game of the week, 4:30 kickoff. Chelsea against Man City. And I mean, what a blockbuster. What a mad fixture that was.
Really. Crazy.
I said it would be tied for goals. I said Man City would win 1-0. I had a couple of different takes on the game. I said it would be tight for goals. Man City would win 1-0. Or I could also see Palmer going and winning the game.
Nicking it.
And getting a penalty or something like that. That did happen.
Yeah.
Chelsea did not nick it though.
Nah.
And it was 4-4.
4-4, mate.
4-4.
Unbelievable.
You said 4-1. So you thought City would score 4 goals and you were absolutely right. But
I just didn't think Chelsea would score 4. Nah. I did not see that coming. There was nothing in my mind that was... You know when these freak results happen, you're thinking...
These results, no one's picking these.
Nah.
No one is saying 4-4.
Super 6, you ain't getting
You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. No one's picking 4-4 for this game.
No.
Yeah, it was just a madness, to be honest with you.
Absolute madness.
Both teams going in front at times, and then getting pegged back, and then the other teams going in front. Like, it was just mad. Haaland went 1-0 with a penalty.
Again, that one's controversial as well because I don't know, innit? I wasn't watching the whole game.
It is kind of soft because it's Haaland. I mean,
but it's not even about him.
It's like Cucurella is being an idiot because of all the... It's so obvious.
No, but forget Cucurella and Haaland. Reece James got a head injury, and they've played on. Why have they played on? I don't know if he didn't have a head injury.
Maybe they didn't see that as a head injury. I am not 100% sure.
Strange, isn't it? But surely when players go down and they stay down and they're like that, like
it depends on it. If it is a head injury, then yeah. But
maybe it wasn't, innit?
Some people play on, even when their own teammates are down and stuff. So you know.
But
strange one.
I understand why they've given a pen, and I understand why they wouldn't have given a pen because from someone looking at Haaland and looking at Cucurella, they go, "How's he pulled him down?" But at the same time, just because you're small doesn't mean you're not strong. You can still affect someone's movement
and stuff like that. Exactly, yeah. So I'm not really too mad about that penalty because Cucurella kind of caused the problem for himself.
Definitely.
Haaland scores.
Yeah.
Then 4 minutes later, Thiago Silva.
Great run, great
header.
Yeah.
Just before it came from the Reece James free kick.
Yes.
Which it looked decent.
Great free kick.
It was a bit of a Hollywood save.
It was
from.
He
I thought it was more in the corner, but it was struck.
I think it was just quick.
It was struck well. That's the thing. Yeah. But then they scored from the resulting corner.
Yeah.
Brilliant header from Thiago Silva.
Yeah.
And then it was Chelsea taking the lead.
Yeah.
37 minutes comes across Reece James.
Yeah.
Mistake, a bit of footwork issue from Vardiol.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I'll hold my hands up and say, you know what, this game, Cole Palmer actually did stuff in it. I'll take it on the chin and I'll say, he's actually turned up in it. Finally, in a big game, he's playing forward balls that are causing defence problems. And that's exactly what he did to Guardiola. He didn't know how to deal with that ball. Exactly. And he just got it cut across to him.
He was very good. Cole Palmer, very good in this game.
He was good.
Arguing his stuff as well, getting a yellow card. But obviously, he's showing that he cares. And it's against his former club.
Exactly.
Big money move for someone who's only played a couple of Premier. I'm not even sure he's played a Premier League game actually.
I think he might have played one.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But again, big money for someone who had one or two. Still big money for someone like
Massive.
that. But he's come into the Chelsea team and he looks one of the most consistent players.
There's a first name on a team sheet, isn't it, really?
Raheem again been very good. He got his goal after the cross from Reece James. And then just before half time, Akanji free.
No one picked it. You can't not pick Akanji.
One of the biggest players in the team. Free as anything. Just heads it into the corner. Sanchez slips, but you weren't going to get there anyway. So it turned out Akanji just probably had to get it on target, but it was a really good header. Really good header.
It was.
And then the teams went in at half time 2-2.
Yep.
So everyone's like, oh God.
How's this going to clear?
Oh God. You get a bit of a 15-minute break, a bit of a rest.
Yeah.
From it. You come back 2 minutes into the second half. 2 minutes. Haaland 3-2. Dodgy goal, obviously.
Fell on the ball, like
literally, basically not carried it over the line, but his body carried it over the line. But again, he will take all of them goals. No problem whatsoever.
Is he just so big that Reece James can't get around it? Is that how big the geezer is? Because Reece James looked like a little kid against him on the floor.
He is massive though, isn't it? But it was massive. Just timing as well, and he always looked favourite for it. Mm-hmm. But it was just like he didn't get clean connection. In the end, he manages to literally fumble it over the line. So 2 minutes after half time, it's 3-2 again already.
Yeah.
Frantic.
You're thinking,
frantic. Then 20 odd minutes later, Jackson 3-3.
Another contribution from Cole Palmer. That was wasn't it Cole Palmer's shot?
No, it was Gallagher.
It was Gallagher's shot. Very good
Edison
shot.
kind of spilled it, which again Edison should have probably done better with the goal with where he's parrying that ball out to.
And the best striker in the world, Jackson, has nearly given him the ball. He's just here, mate. Have that back. And
it was good from him actually. He took a first touch. Yeah. Didn't rush it too much.
No.
But again, still kicked it basically down the middle.
And Edison's like,
it was close enough. It was quick enough, so it was like,
it was alright.
He did enough.
It was alright.
But and he will take that. He doesn't mind how it goes in. You can tell he does not mind whatsoever.
Nope, doesn't matter,
goes in. 4 goals in his last 2 games. Nicholas Jackson,
legend. What a legend.
So yeah, brought it back to 3-3.
Yeah.
And then we're thinking, okay, again, we're not getting no respite from this game whatsoever. It's just too much.
Yeah.
Because at the minute, I wanted Chelsea to win the game. Because I still 100%. Don't see Chelsea, even with this performance, as much of a threat as City.
Definitely not.
Because they're just still quite odd. And again, this game shows that. I mean, scoring 4 against City, well, conceding 4 as well, which can happen obviously. But yeah, they scored 4 against City. They couldn't score 1 against Brentford at home and stuff like that. Just what I mean. Happens. Yeah.
But then what was it? 4-3 Rodri that.
Oh yeah, and that's why I thought no, it's gonna happen again.
Again, Rodri
is gonna be the guy that does it again. Is he just gonna become that guy that does it for City? Mate. And I'm like, no.
I was stressed after that goal. I was stressed. I thought they've done it again. Again, man.
But then you see it gets it. So that was on the 86 minutes.
That was hilarious.
You see the board come up at 90th minute, and there's 8 minutes at a time. Beautiful. You're like, okay. Beautiful. If anything, there is something left in this game for Chelsea, definitely. They're either going to go press, they're going to try and score and lose 5-3 or something like that. Yeah. Or they're actually going to nick something from this game. And in the end, ball goes into the box.
Oh, man.
Bro, what is
Diaz doing?
Diaz just takes him out completely. So tries to argue to the referee after that he's got the ball, I think he said. And I'm like, all right, which ball, what ball is?
Bro, literally.
It wasn't
not your ball, mate. Was not that ball on the pitch, mate.
But yeah. Strange challenge, but I think it was just like, again, just
he took out his other boy as well. He took out his boy, he took out he took out everyone.
Poor timing, but these things could happen. 95th minute of the game, tired.
Well, to be fair, you could say poor timing or very smart touch by Bruno, because he does kind of take out of his way, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
Smart play from him.
But he's took him out.
Yeah.
Who steps up to take the penalty?
It's going to be
Ice cool. Former City. What did he say? Can't say.
Oh, when he say, that was brilliant. The geezer.
Is it Drury? Is that Drury?
I think it's Peter Drury. What did he say?
He loves a poetic
City's boy and Chelsea's man. When I heard that, I said, no, you haven't done that.
Oh,
no, but he went same side as Edison and still slotted him.
Smashed it,
Yeah, good penalty, man. And then he just looked at the fans.
Cheeky little celebration.
You know what to expect from me. That was brilliant. You know what? I like him more after this game now, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't like him against us.
Of course not. You're
like
biased as anything.
Biased.
He could have scored a bicycle kick, 3 of them, and you said he would. Nah, he was lucky.
Lucky geezer, man. Someone pushed him into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cole Palmer, I'll hold my hands up, mate.
Performance from Palmer.
If you keep playing like this, you're going to prove me wrong every week, innit?
Yeah, basically.
Which is what Philly Foden does every week when he steps out. So.
Yeah.
Because I said he was going to be bad as well. And he's nothing of the sort.
Nope. But again, ice cool Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
Good performance from Chelsea, to be honest, all round. I mean, going in front, getting pegs back, going behind, coming back to the draw, going behind again, then still having the energy to go and actually get something from the game because they deserved it.
Yeah,
100% they deserved it to get something from this game.
Share the points. Good result.
Yeah.
And Chelsea, great game of football, mate.
Brilliant. That just summed up the weekend.
Yeah.
The advert for the Premier League.
4-4. 4-4.
In a game where you'd think, I definitely thought it would be tight, it would be a bit cagey and stuff like that. It might not have too many goals, might not have too many chances created. And then we've ended up with a 4-4.
8 goals. Yeah, it's mad. Like,
crazy
Chelsea
game.
fans must take so much confidence from this because
they have
the only way you can look at this is positive.
They've scored
you
8
haven't
goals
lost
in 2
against
weeks.
City. 8 goals in 2
They
weeks.
scored 4 last week.
Obviously, they only played 20 players, but yeah, they got 8 goals. They're only playing half the team and that, but yeah.
Loads of cards in this game as well. You love to see it.
Poch got one as well, innit? Yeah, Poch got one.
Poch got get one. He always gets one.
He loves it.
But yeah, brilliant game. I can't. Yeah, I'm kind of. There's not too much to be said about this game. It spoke for itself.
Yeah, 4-4.
If you've got time, go and look at the highlights and stuff like that. Brilliant game.
Funny how a game with 8 goals has not really had one that stood out. They were just all like goals. You get what I mean?
It was.
They're all normal goals. And if Reece James' free kick goes in, that's the best goal of the game, isn't it? But
Haaland had one where he took it on and he really put it across.
Good save as well. He got himself behind that. But no,
it was a bit straight.
Yeah, no great goals.
Yeah.
Like no Zinchenko goals.
Yeah.
No what's my man that scored?
They were forced. They were like forced into them type of goals, pretty much. So yeah. Not much else to be said on that one.
No, it's brilliant game.
We can quickly round up the points for this week.
Yeah.
For our predictions. See how we got on.
Yeah,
I think you've done just a bit better than me. Not
just
too much.
A little bit, mate. Just a little bit better than you.
But we'll run it through. So I said 1-1 Wolves Spurs. It was 2-1 Wolves. So you've got 3 points.
3-0.
Arsenal Burnley. I said 4-1. You said 3-1. I've got 1 point. You've got 6.
Yeah, 6 for 1.
Palace against Everton, I said 2-0. You said 1-0 Everton.
I'm on 7 for 1.
Yep. Man United Luton, I said 3-1. You said 2-0.
That's 8-2.
8-2, we both got 1. Villa against Fulham, I said 3-0. You said 3-1.
I got 3 again.
You got 3 again.
I got 11.
I'm on 3.
Yeah, 3.
Brighton Sheffield United, I said 4-0. You said 2-1. It was 1-1, so we were both incorrect.
Yeah.
Liverpool against Brentford, I said 2-1. You said 2-2.
Yeah, I'm incorrect, so you caught me up a little bit there, 11-4.
Yeah, I needed a correct score there, but we'll take that. It was 3-0 in the end.
Mm-hmm.
West Ham against Forest, I said 3-1. You said 2-1.
So I'm on 12, you're on 5.
We both get a point for that, but not correct score.
Yeah.
And Chelsea Man City, I said 1-0 City. You said 4-1 City. It was 4-4. We both got it wrong, so no points in that game.
That's it.
I ended up with 5.
I ended up with 12. Somehow.
Very, very successful week for you, mate.
It was a good week. Good week from me, mate.
Yeah.
At the next interval, I reckon, which will be after the next game. Yeah. That's when we should take our tally up. That's when we should actually.
I think we should do it halfway at 19.
19, we just take it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We'll do it at 19.
Halfway.
Mate.
Yeah. Sounds good. Thank you again for watching, wherever you're tuning in from. Have a lovely evening, have a good morning, or have a good afternoon. Until next time, take care.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure hosting you. Have a great rest of your day and see you all again soon.